It's time now for Spears on Sports with John Spears, presented by M&M Carnage. And now, here's Johnny.
And Tony.
Welcome in. You threw me there, Scooter. I wasn't ready for that. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Carnage. Hope you had a good Monday. Welcome to Tuesday. It is July 8th. Just found out literally minutes ago, Quarterback Season 2 comes out on Netflix today.
Yes.
Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and once again, Kirk Cousins. They're going back into the Kirk Cousins pool. I don't know if religious leaders are the reason they're doing that.
They wanted to show him making that great comeback from the rehab.
Well, there is news on the Kirk Cousins front based on this Netflix documentary, and he was not happy. He was blindsided. Misled is the word he used, that the Falcons drafted Michael Penix Jr. Says he would have probably re-signed with Minnesota, Tony.
Ruh-roh.
Had he known they were going to take Michael Penix Jr., he would not have re-signed with Atlanta. So, can't wait to see that. That'll be on the list probably this afternoon if I can get my wife's car back from the dealership. Oh my God! Don't you love taking your car to the shop? And hers is under warranty, so I got to go to the dealership.
Well, that's better than going to some dude that's going to charge you $1,000.
Maintenance required. Isn't that a great message on your vehicle? Or check engine.
Had mine come on last week, hadn't come back on yet, so.
I got to do that today. Did you know that we are closer to the year 2050 than we are 2000?
Whoa.
Think about that. July 2nd was the halfway point. I found this out a couple days ago. I forgot to mention it yesterday. We are closer to 2050 than we are to 2000. Now, I'm never going to see 2050, let's be honest. But 2000 seems like it was yesterday.
I don't know, John, that old guy threw out that pitch. He was 102 the other day.
Mets Yankees Subway Series 2000. Pre-9/11. I mean, it was yesterday. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Your 50th birthday wasn't that long ago.
Exactly.
But now your 70th is closer.
It's a hell of a lot closer. M&M Carnage Hotline's open. That's Tony Burke. That's Scooter Dingus. I'm John Spears. Welcome to the program. M&M Carnage Hotline's open, 384-1450, 502-384-1450. If you'd like to join in on the conversation. Gameday Men's Health text line. Let me try that again, Scooter. Should I try that again?
3, 2, 1.
Gameday Men. This is taped, right? This is not live.
Sometimes it's hard to do that.
Gameday Men's Health text line is open, 502-414-1450. If you'd like to text the show, that's the number. Gameday Men's Health is redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, and sexual performance therapy. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com, defining a new era in men's health. And hit me up on the text line, 502-414-1450. Hello to everybody watching on YouTube. We are on YouTube today, right, Scott?
We are.
Lights on.
Okay. I never know which.
Lights on, John.
If the light's on, does that mean we're on?
Is the light off when you are?
I don't know.
I have to check.
I don't know.
Pay attention tomorrow.
Next time you screw up, which is quite often. Although you were the only one that didn't screw up last night.
That's right. Thanks for carrying your old weight.
The three-man
You
parlay.
didn't talk quite like this the last time.
Yeah, you didn't. The three-man parlay, we suck. And especially, I'm 0 for 2. Tony won the first time we did it. Scooter won last night with the Blue Jays. Oh, Cincinnati, what are you doing? One run.
They don't play well against the Marlins.
They are either.
They haven't been scoring any runs.
There's no in between with Cincinnati. They're either really good and they look like they can beat anybody, or they stink. Last night, they stink. And of course, Tony had the race, so we were out early. New rule: we can't take the earliest game of the night. How about that?
It was on FS1 too, so everybody could watch it.
I don't want to be out early. He took the Rays, who were favored by a little bit,
a lot of it
in Detroit, which surprised me. And first off, now Shane Baz is a good pitcher. Detroit was pitching a guy they just brought up back up from
like
AAA.
For 7 times they brought it back.
Montero.
He was really good.
So, okay. No, 5-1 Detroit. Scooter, congratulations. Your Blue Jays beat the lowly White Sox 8-4.
Thank you.
He took the smart
Are
pick.
we going to keep doing this?
He took the hottest team in baseball against us teammates.
He did take the
Which
hottest
is a good
team.
move.
And they were down 1-0 early in the game. I was worried.
And then it was 8-1.
Yeah. Right.
2 innings later, I think.
Yeah.
Are we going to keep doing this?
Might as well do another one.
We're going to do another
I'm
one?
in.
All right, we'll pick our games.
We're going to get our money back. We'll nail one.
Unfortunately, we will give them out to you. I would advise you to go the other way. Although it's my turn to win one. So maybe you take my team and go against Scooter and Tony this time.
There you go.
Maybe.
Now, that's probably the play.
We'll see. All right, the NBA news. The Summer League is underway. Did you see what Ace Bailey did last night for the Jazz?
No.
18-7?
18-7 last night.
I watched the beginning, and he made a terrible move. He had 8 points in the game before, and I thought, what a bust. But he had a big game, huh?
Kyle Filipowski had a poster dunk last night for the Jazz. By the way, the Jazz traded John Collins.
All that.
Did we know that?
We
didn't know that.
They just did it.
Yeah, I thought, okay, they're trying. John Collins good. Nope, gone.
They're really rebuilding, aren't they?
I guess. Going younger. But it's underway. I know Thursday it'll really get going on ESPN when they move it to wherever, Vegas, when the Vegas portion of it starts. Where are they playing right now?
They're out in Utah.
They're in
They were
Utah.
playing in
Okay.
Utah. I think.
Some are in San Francisco.
Yeah, some of it's in San Francisco, some of it's in Utah.
Okay.
They were playing at the Utes court, Jazz were. I actually turned on.
Because of Benny's Utes?
Yep. But the other thing you got to remember, the Summer League last year, Reed Shepherd and Rob Dillingham tore it up, and how much did they play during the season?
Shepard's playing again this season, by the way, in the Summer League.
Everybody thought Shepherd was going to be the Rookie of the Year, and he didn't hardly play.
Indiana told us last night that officially Tyrese Halliburton will not play at all next season. The president had a press guy, not the president of the United States, president of the Pacers had a presser, and he said, look, it went well. It was higher up than we thought. The blood flow is getting back to normal, but we are not going to take any chances next season. Here's my question. How tempted will you be if you get to the playoffs, which they may not without him, you get to the playoffs and you win a round.
They still got T.J. McConnell.
That's true. That's true. And you're in the quarters, and Tyrese is knocking on the door of the president of the I think I'm ready.
Doctors have okayed me.
I'm cleared medically.
Cleared.
My stamina's good. I've been running, and I think you can really. How tempting is it now? Now he says it's not going to happen. Not going to play.
It all still has to do with medical people. I mean, they won't do it because the team won't do it. But if they thought about it, it would all be because
But
of
he
medical.
said we won't even take a chance.
I know.
Because we think he's going to be fully recovered for the following season.
How many coaches, how many people,
How much
coaches
pressure do they get to play him if he says he's ready to play?
if he's okay
If
to
the doctor
doctors,
clears him and he says, I'm ready to play.
you got to play sooner or later. You got to work out, don't
Yeah.
you? I always tell you,
you got to get in shape.
You can't just sit on your behind for a year.
Let's put it this way. Next June or next May, he's going to be shooting.
Oh, he's going to be
He's
playing.
going to be on a
some.
bike. He's going to be
working
running. He'll
out.
probably be doing some 3-on-3 stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Got to.
going to play him if he's healthy and he's cleared.
I would.
If I'm in the playoffs. If I think I have a chance to get where I got last
He can back up T.J. McConnell.
Wow. Tony's got that TJ
Yeah,
Love
it's good
fest going on.
It's good, Scott.
Oh, so you're just playing off of him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good luck.
I think we both secretly have that love.
You know,
Guess who does?
hey, little white guys,
The grumpy
love
old
little white
man.
guys.
The grumpy old man does not have that love.
John's not a point guard there, Scoot, like we are.
That's right.
Shooting forward. Mike Brown's the new head coach of the Knicks.
Good decision.
We knew that this. Okay. Is this a situation where they had Mike Brown and they said, look, we know we got Mike Brown.
Yeah. I
We
was
know
thinking the
he's
same thing.
not going anywhere
But-
else. But let's shoot for the moon here.
Let's
Let's
see what we
try
can-
to get Jason Kidd. Let's see if Chris Finch at Minneapolis is available. Minnesota's available. Let's just see who we got.
Might be somebody else to sleep.
And if worse comes to worse, we'll hire Mike Brown and we'll say he was our guy the whole time. We knew who we wanted. He won a title as an assistant in Golden State. He's been to the finals as the head coach.
How many times he turned around? Though
he turned around the Sacramento Kings. He made them relevant. This guy knows basketball, and he's been our guy the whole time.
Yeah, retread.
He is. Aren't all coaches in the NBA, almost all coaches, retreads?
How many times has he been fired? That's what I'd like.
Scooter, get that one for me.
He's been fired a lot.
How many times has Mike Brown been fired? I don't think he doesn't look like he's looking it up.
I'm actually looking up how many NBA teams he's worked for.
He was an assistant at Golden State when they won it. He's been an assistant everywhere.
Why do people say
when he gets fired as a head coach, he becomes
won a championship as an assistant? Why do people say that? Anybody can be an assistant on a team.
You have told me for years assistant coaches are just as important as the head coach.
But the NBA, you see how many guys sit on that bench? There's like 37 of them.
Yeah, but they're not all assistant coaches. Some of them are handlers.
I know.
Some of them are the posse of the star player.
But I think the NBA is different. That you know what you got. You're not really coaching those guys up. You're just telling them what to do. I think at lower levels you need great assistants.
I guess. If you're a Knicks fan, this is just uninspiring.
It is.
I mean, the question they have to be asking is, why the hell did we fire the guy that just got us this close to the NBA Finals?
To get a guy that hadn't,
as a head coach, hadn't done anything except turn around Sacramento. But Sacramento had nowhere to go but up when he got there.
They stunk.
If I'm a Knicks fan, I'm like, why did you fire Thibodeau?
What do you got, Scoot? I heard you.
From what I can tell, he's only been fired once.
He's just quit?
I thought he was the head coach of the Lakers at one point.
He was.
Did he leave that one voluntarily?
Seems like it.
He was head coach of Sacramento?
Guys don't leave.
There's no way he's only
Guys don't leave.
It's so hard to find it.
They get told to leave. Or asked to leave.
I don't need you. You got us on YouTube. That's all I can ask out of you. You don't have to do anything else except rate the.
All right, we're not
rate the birthday.
We're not sending it to any commercials then. An hour straight.
Let me breathe in for a second. I catch my breath. All right, Paolo Banchero got paid a little bit. Tony, did you see this?
Yes.
Our Orlando Magic. He has agreed to a 5-year max rookie contract. It could reach $287 million over the next 5 years.
Man, he's getting.
He's good.
They should. He's not making enough money.
287. Well, it could be 287.
Could be. It's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be.
They want to get rid of him?
I don't think so. And to me, this signals Orlando thinks they're ready to win. Let's go. Let's go do this thing.
That's what we like to hear.
Yes,
that's exactly what we like to hear. The East, people think it's wide open. I don't know if it is. I still think Cleveland, a healthy Cleveland, and they are healthier than anybody else, are the.
They should.
They're the penthouse of the East right now.
This may sound crazy,
but
like
the Celtics.
I think the Knicks are just one level down from the Cavs with the hiring of Mike Brown. I think the Knicks are
hiring of Mike Brown. I really think I hear that.
I think the Knicks are in a good spot. They've got a competent coach up top. I think they'll be right back in the Eastern Conference Final.
I mean, they were there right this year.
There are a lot of teams in history, in every sport, that have that year, like Indiana had that year this year, that have that year and then they're never heard from again, at least for a while. And I think that might be the Knicks, too.
Well, Jalen Brunson's good.
Jalen Brunson's good. Carl Anthony Towns is good.
OG Hoosier. Don't forget him.
OG Hoosier outkicked his coverage this year.
Josh Hart was better than he usually has been in the past. I don't know. Robinson.
Please. Hackamitch, is that who you're talking about?
I love watching him.
He had a great playoff.
He did.
The plus minus when he was in the game was plus by a lot. He rebounded like a monster. That's all I'm going to get out of him. I'm getting one playoff run out of Mitchell. He's Mitchell Robinson. Come on. If I'm wrong, I'll sit here next year when the Knicks are at the parade saying I was wrong about Mitchell Robinson. But I don't think I am. Devin Booker. Congratulations on your money. The Suns and Devin Booker have agreed to a 2-year, $150 million extension. That's 2 years. 2 years.
Is that 75 a piece?
I wouldn't say next, but I think that's right. Over the next 5 seasons, he'll be there through 2030 now. Over the next 5 seasons, Booker will make $321 million. Do the math on that one.
I want to see what he's already made.
$321 million over 5 years. That is
64.2 million.
Oh my God. He can have any Kardashian he wants.
Yeah.
Right?
He can have anyone he wants.
No, that's true. But if you want to be in the spotlight, you grab hold of a Kardashian. The Suns, are they serious about things? Because they're obviously they got rid of KD, who will wear number 7, by the way, in Houston, like he did in Brooklyn. Oh my God, that's not a good idea.
It says Booker's total earnings, including the new extension, could reach $370 million.
Yep, not bad.
And how much has he made? I mean, how much money can you have? I hate to say it that way.
Tony, you can have as much money as you can have if you're a great athlete, if you're a top-notch player in a major sport. That's that simple. Whether you're Josh Allen or Devin Booker. Look, is Devin Booker All-NBA first or second team?
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, he was on
Think about the guys you got to keep up.
He was on a stinky.
I'm talking about best 10 players in the game. Is he one of the best 10 players in the game? Scooter, I can see Scooter trying to do math over there in his head.
I personally say no.
I'd say no as well. Just because I think I can name 10 guys, and you would say, well, Booker's not more important than them.
You know what his career earnings are?
$518 million. Is that including the new contract?
No.
Oh.
10 years, his career earnings through
He's been in the
year.
league for 10 years. That's crazy to me. I look at him. He's 18 years old.
Right on the 15 team.
Yeah.
He's made $215 million. That's not counting his new contract.
That's it.
And he's going to make $321 million more. So that's $580 million.
What a life.
Wow.
He's had good-looking girlfriends, too, hadn't he?
He's doing well. He doesn't.
He's currently single.
They're lined up. He's all. I got news for you, Scooter.
Play is going to play.
He's always been single. I don't care who he was dating. He's always been single.
And there was a big line behind her.
Yes, there was. Sabalenka back into it, Tony. She lost the first set.
Sigmund.
6-4 to Sigmund, but Sigmund Freud. But she's up 5-2 and serving. No, she's receiving serve, but up 5-2 in the second set.
She looks like she beat you up, man.
Carlos Alcaraz was scheduled to play at 10 o'clock, but these chicks won't get off the court. So
In Central Court.
I'm excited to watch Alcaraz today. That should be fun.
Who's he playing?
I don't know.
And that's why you're
It doesn't
really
matter.
excited.
I want to watch him. Alcaraz and Sinner are in. If they win today, they're in the semis, and
Did you see what happened?
they're on a collision course for the final.
Did you see what happened in Center's match
No.
yesterday? The other guy,
Oh, he
Zetrov,
gave
whatever,
up. He gave up.
It's the 5th time he's given up.
Really?
Had to step out in
That's
major.
not good.
He served and he just grabbed his.
Yeah, but
he was winning.
I understand. You got to be tougher.
I don't know.
Five times.
I was sitting there thinking it, but then the guy's sitting there and he can't lift his
Now,
arm.
maybe it's bad luck, but 5 times seems like a lot.
Oh man!
But if he was winning, I have to assume he was really hurt.
Yeah, because you don't walk
You
off.
don't walk
You're
off
beating the
with
number 1 player in the world,
Yeah.
and you're up right at 2 sets, and then you quit.
When you're right, you're right. Tony Burke's right. We'll take a break. Come back. Want to talk about Kirk Cousins and him being misled. Tennis, 2050. I got all that in. Baseball coming up and birthdays. Spears on Sports presented by M&M Cartage. Big A. Welcome back. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Carnage, John Tony Scooter. On this Tuesday, let's do birthdays. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, I'm ready.
Just want Scooter to have a little stroke there.
I just wasn't ultra.
A mini stroke. I don't want you to die or anything, or be confined to a wheelchair. I just want you to have a mini stroke.
Almost did.
All we had to do yesterday was pick against Colorado.
That's all we had to do.
White Sox. And
that's all we had to do.
Somebody else.
I know.
Pirates. Did the Pirates lose?
Yes, they lost.
Why don't we just do that every day? Pick against the White Sox, Rockies, and
you know,
Pirates.
I was surprised. The games we took, we all had favorites, and a $15 3-team parlay was going to pay $73. I was a little surprised by that. I thought it'd be less than that. I thought it'd be about 60, $73. But when you go 1 for 3,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We'll try again. You got your team yet, Scoots?
No.
Okay. We'll wait. We'll wait on that. The M&M Carnage hotline is open, 384-1450, 384-1450, if you'd like to join in on the conversation. Game Day Men's Health text line open as well, 502-414-1450. Text the show at that number, 414-1450. All right, so quarterback on Netflix, the series, second season of this series opens today on Netflix. You can binge them all if you'd like to. I think, how many were there last time? 8 episodes?
That sounds
something
right.
like that. There's like anywhere from 6 to 8 episodes in this thing. Last year it featured Patrick Mahomes and Marcus Mariota, who ended up getting cut, right?
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is back, along with Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills, MVP, and Jared Goff, who has helped take the Detroit Lions to higher than ever.
Joe Burrow.
What did I say?
Josh Allen.
Did I say Josh Allen?
Yes. I was just
You know,
contemplating in my head.
it's written right in front of me. It's written down.
I
Joe
thought Josh
Burrow,
Allen's not in this.
not Josh Allen. Boy, Josh Allen would be great
He'd
because
be a good one.
he just married Haley Steinfeld. Is that her name? Haley Stanfield, the actress.
Steinfeld.
Steinfield.
Steinfeld? I don't know.
So he would be very interesting. Joe Burrow, by the way, has now said, he wanted to buy the Batmobile. You knew this, right?
Hmm.
He was intent on buying a Batmobile. Now that he got robbed, his house got robbed when they were on the road, he said, I'm not sure about buying that Batmobile anymore. Boy, that shouldn't scare you off. You got insurance. Of course, maybe he just doesn't want to buy it and he's using that as an excuse. Maybe he figured out, I don't need a Batmobile. But Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Kirk Cousins. Now, these teasers always come out when there's a new show, right? You have previews, teasers. People see them in advance. Kirk Cousins was not happy, Tony, with the Atlanta Falcons. He signed their quarterback. He's going to be their quarterback. He's going to try to, they've got guys, good defense. Drake London, Pitts. They got
Robinson,
the running back, BJ? Bijan Robinson. They got good offensive weapons here, and he's going to take them to new heights. He's going to do what Jared Goff did for the Detroit Lions. And then they draft Michael Penix Jr. He said he was misled, blindsided by the pick of Michael Penix Jr. They suggest during the season, hey, we're going to give Michael some run. He rebuffed against that, didn't want that to happen, because he said he and this is a great way to say it. Not enough people say it this way. I didn't want to get Wally pipped. And anybody that knows baseball knows that Wally Pipp was the first baseman before Lou Gehrig got in and took over and never gave it back to him.
Yeah, he got hurt, and Gehrig came in. Boom.
2,130 games later,
Yep.
Wally Pipp was still on the bench. So that's a great way to say it. Then game 16, I think, they finally benched, or week 16, they finally benched Cousins for Michael Penix Jr. And he says in this documentary, if I had known they were going to draft Michael Penix Jr., I would have re-signed with Minnesota, which means Sam Darnold never comes to Minnesota, doesn't have a great year with the Vikings that ultimately gets him a big contract. And the things that could change history, and we see it all the time, just in the blink of an eye, are just so small. and they seem insignificant. But now if you're Kirk Cousins, you're coming out and saying this in this documentary, are you going to get traded? You're the backup quarterback in Atlanta now. Let's face it. You're the backup. Michael Penix is going to get the snaps. Do you want out of there? Do you want to go somewhere where you can play right now? And if so, where would that be? Because Pittsburgh, by the way, is off the reservation now.
Well, do you remember Cousins did not practice on Tuesdays? He stayed home.
Yep.
And had a masseuse come in.
Don't you think there's a lot of veteran quarterbacks that have that opportunity?
I never knew that until I saw it on quarterback.
I would think, a guy like Aaron Rodgers, any veteran quarterback. I'm guessing Brady got to make his own schedule at a certain point.
But don't you think they would have came into the place, maybe gone over films and stuff, instead of not coming in at all?
But you can do that at home now.
Yeah, but
you can watch film at home.
With the coaches and you're going over.
There is a quarterback room that is at the facility. It's not in your house.
Right. But the physical part, I understand.
Well, he needed those. Yeah. The older you get, I may not be able to get out of his chair when this show's over.
I had trouble getting up this morning.
So the older you get, and those guys are getting beat up for a living.
So are we. This show does.
That Scooter just wears me out.
We don't like to talk about that out loud.
Did I say that out loud?
That's fine. I'm just here.
How interested are you in watching this documentary?
Oh, I'll watch it. I'm not going to run home. I'm not going to run home and watch it today.
I probably won't watch it today either, but I'm jacked up. I like these.
Who do you want to hear most from out of these three guys? I would say Burrow.
Yeah.
Because they're
a bingo situation. They played that great last year.
They're going to score 35 to 40 points a game, and they're going to give up 35 to 40 points a game.
If Burrow goes crazy on the Bengals and says the things he should say out loud
about Hendrickson,
about the rookie that left, all about T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, all that stuff,
that could be great.
If he comes out with that, it's going to be awesome.
Well, you got to remember it was last year.
I do think
that's true.
Joe Burrow's media savvy.
Yeah, but this is all last year. Nothing.
I know.
Recent.
Have you ever heard Joe Burrow say a bad word?
No.
I think he
understands.
Now
he understands the game.
But this is supposed to be behind the scenes.
You're about to hear him say bad words.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
I bet he's cussing like a sailor.
Oh, I don't mean say curse words. I say bad words about other people.
Oh yeah, you won't see that.
About the franchise, no.
Jared Goff, I'm interested in because here's a guy who
had a great year last year,
but he was on his way to a Super Bowl in Philly and he gets hurt, and Nick Foles wins that Super Bowl with Goff just sort of over there going, well, that could have been mine. And now you get traded, you go to Detroit.
Yeah, but he's been at Detroit for a while. He's not going back to that.
And he's been great at Detroit. They were great last year. And you're right about you're right about Goff. Great year. Burrow might have had a great year, but the Bengals didn't.
Right. He could be unhappy with the team.
Yeah.
But Goff's not going to be mad at anything because everything went his way till they lost.
So basically, what you're telling me is Cousins is going to be mad about everything.
Yep.
Burrow's going to be in the middle there, and Goff's going to be happy about everything.
Yeah, because his life turned into a great thing in Detroit. He's not going to worry about what happened before Detroit. He's happy.
I guess so.
But when what's his name goes down, the defensive lineman, Aiden
Hutchinson,
that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
because the whole place has got to be like super down.
And the way they lost in the playoffs, they didn't see that coming. I mean, they got blown out, right?
I can't even remember who beat them. Who beat them?
I can't remember.
Oh, by the way, you know who I think is going to be good? I know I'm all over the building.
You are.
The Rams are going to be good. The Rams are going to score a lot of points.
Where the blank did that come from?
I don't know. I was looking at their guys today. They're going to score some points. Scooter, who'd the Lions lose to last?
I'm trying to find it here. Settle down.
Was it Washington?
No.
Commander skin?
Wouldn't have been Washington.
It was
Philadelphia?
Oh, my gosh, Tony.
The Vikings.
Good grief.
The Vikings beat them?
31-9.
Yeah,
that's
they crushed
right.
them.
Now that you just said that.
They crushed them. So, now this documentary is during the season. I get that. But if they get to that point.
They'll get to that point. They'll go to the postseason. They always do.
I remember that they were favored big time. That was a beatdown.
Stuff like that. That's what worries me in life.
Tony's going,
I'm 60. I'm 61 years old. I can't remember.
What are those Viking crazy
John,
people?
I can't remember a lot of stuff that happened last year.
Tony, I'm 35.
Oh, you know what?
Boat.
Buzz is right. Golf was with the Rams. He wasn't with Philadelphia. But the Rams traded him for Stafford. Pretty much straight up. And, by the way, the Rams are going to have a really good team this year. Maybe that's why I had the Rams on my head.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Probably because I was talking about golf, and in the back of my mind, I knew he was with the Rams. But I said Philly.
Scooter and I should have caught that.
We should have.
Wentz is who got replaced by Foles.
We should have caught that. Now, that's something I remember more than the football game last year. And I didn't even.
Now I'm a Titans fan, to be fair. But I don't remember anything about last year's games.
Well, you shouldn't. Wasn't much to remember.
The older you get, Scooter.
I remember Will Levis was disappointing.
I can tell you about Vikings games back in the 70s, but I can't tell you about last year. That's how it works.
That doesn't bode well for me.
Oh, man.
You'll be fine. You'll never make it to 60. We're not worried about you making it to 60. All right. Talk a little baseball here. Javi Baez hit a home run in that Detroit game last night.
I know. That made me
2-run
so
homer.
mad.
He's an all-star, and he's going to be comeback player of the year
Yeah, oh, definitely.
in the American League.
Did you see him field the ball at third and just hold on to it and then just fire that sucker across?
Well, it was a missile,
It was.
and he just kind of looked
Stood
at
up.
it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got it. He's so good defensively.
Sucker.
Cater Montero, back up from AAA. 6 innings, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 run. Detroit beats the Rays 5-1. The Rays have lost 9 of 13 now, so they were not hot. The Red Sox are hot. They beat Colorado 9-3 in Boston. 3 homers for the Bo Sox. 4th straight win for Boston. Now they beat Washington and Colorado, so let's don't get all excited.
Did Anthony hit a home run? I think he did, didn't he?
They had 3.
Roman Anthony hit a 2-run homer.
Abreu, I know, hit 1.
Rafaela,
yeah. He hit 1, too. We'll get to more of this baseball after the break, and birthdays as well, as I'm just kind of everywhere today. Spears on Sports. I'm worried about taking my wife's car to the shop. Spears on Sports presented by M&M Cartage Big A. Welcome back. Spears on Sports, presented by Carnage. John, Tony, Scooter, as we sit here in the break and try to pick our team for the 3-team parlay tonight.
There's some easy ones.
Tony was looking at Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw Pop was pitching Wednesday, and I didn't change it back to Tuesday.
He said, "Hey,
I already have my team.
What about this
anyway.
game?" I go, "That's not the right pitchers."
I got a winner. Y'all better pick.
I got a winner.
M&M Carnage. I don't have a winner, just for the record. M&M Carnage hotline is closed.
Shut it down.
Game Day Men's Health text line still open, 502-414-1450. 414-1450, that is the number to text the show. All right, let's do birthdays.
No, let's not.
What?
I knew you had him. He
Gosh,
thought we were
dang
picking
it.
the game.
I did.
Well, I'm not the only one who's only here in spirit, not here in spirit, only here in body. All right, Kevin Bacon, 67 today. Do you got a favorite Kevin Bacon movie?
Hollow Man.
You know his first movie, Scooter?
I don't.
You just watched it recently.
I did?
Animal House.
Ah.
Remember young Kevin Bacon in Animal House? Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Kevin Bacon movies.
Hollow Man's my answer.
Footloose.
Yeah, I mean,
Hollow
that's his
Man.
biggest one.
Ooh.
Hollow Man was great.
He was in JFK. There's a thing called 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon separation. You know that, right? You name an actor or an actress, and within 6 moves, you can find a Kevin Bacon movie. Like she was in this with somebody, and who was in something with somebody. And it's 6 moves or less, you can always get to Kevin Bacon.
If you would have asked,
Good Men.
if you would have asked 13
Good men,
or
yes.
13 or 14-year-old Scoots would have said Wild Things.
You mean pervert Scoots? Scoots would have said Wild Thing. Kevin Bacon. He's 67. God,
We're all getting old, John.
Footloose, Hollow Man, Mystic River.
He's a million. He's been in a million movies.
Sitting on a Hill was a great series on Showtime.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was great.
When I had Showtime.
Patriots Day, Black Mass. Man, he's good.
What else we got? It's enough Kevin Bacon.
I can't quit looking at all these Kevin Bacon.
I was getting ready to say, we've reached our Kevin Bacon quota.
Fine.
Boink,
Easy.
boink.
Angelica Houston is 74. Scooter? Angelica Houston, the daughter of famous director John Houston.
She's been in a ton of movies.
Been in a ton of films. The Grifters is what I remember her for.
She in Moonstruck.
She might have
She's
been.
the mom in that.
She might have been. That's a good question.
I'd give her a 1 star now.
Well, now, yeah.
Back in the day, probably a 3.
I mean, wasn't she in Addams Family? She was Morticia.
She looks like an Addams
In the
Family
movie.
Yeah.
actress.
She was.
She was in The Witches. Yeah. All right. She's 74. Billy Crudup is 57 today from Almost Famous. You ever see Almost Famous with Kate Hudson?
I've seen that.
He's the lead singer of the band.
Oh, okay.
Billy Crudup. He's also in Spotlight. He's in a million things, too. 57 today. Jaden Smith, son of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, let's be fair.
Keep his wife's name out of your mouth.
That's the only thing you know Will Smith for now, right?
Yeah.
Forget Independence Day.
Him and
Forget
Chris Rock.
Ali. Forget all of that. He's the guy that slapped Chris Rock. Jaden, his son, who was in Karate Kid remake, is 27.
Was also in Pursuit of Happiness with him.
Yes.
Great movie.
Sebastian Maniscalco. Do you know him, Scooter? He's a comedian.
Not
52.
familiar.
He does the Olympics commercial with Ray Romano where they're up on the hill doing all the sports. He's 52. Marty Feldman, Tony. Igor. Young Frankenstein, Scooter. It all comes back to Young Frankenstein.
He's in a bunch of movies.
Gotta see
too.
that.
Is that his real look?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those eyes are real.
Whoa.
That's why he was so famous. Nobody looked like Marty Feldman.
Scary look.
He didn't make it to 50. He was born in 1934, died in 82. Toby Keith, speaking of dead guys, passed away last year, born on this date. Born on this date in 1961. How do you like me now? Toby Keith was great. All right, sports-wise, Marlon Humphrey. Sorry, Scoots, we only had one woman to rate today.
That's ridiculous.
Sorry about that. Marlon Humphrey of the Ravens, defensive back, is 29 today. Former Steeler linebacker, Super Bowl champion Jack Lambert.
Yeah.
73 today. Ugly. He's a one. He's a -1.
-1, yeah.
Scary dude. Ty Jerome, who did he get traded to?
We say he went to
Former Cavalier.
Ty Jerome is with Memphis.
He's 28 today.
Memphis Cat.
And former Major League Baseball Pittsburgh Pirate Josh Harrison, among other teams, is 38 today. Those are your birthdays. Not many today.
Wow, you got to get more women.
Yeah, I'll try it harder tomorrow. It's really up to me when people are born. Ashton Hagen's birthday today. Corey Price put that on Twitter today.
Old point
I
guard.
don't know how old he is, but today's his birthday.
During COVID, he would have been the point guard with Emmanuel
Maxey
Quickly and
Maxey was on that team. Yeah.
Quickly and Massey and Higgins were the guards.
God, they could have gone places. All right, back to baseball. As I mentioned, the Marlins beat the Reds. I knew that guy Junk couldn't pitch. He went 5-1 was the final 6 innings. He allowed 1 hit. Yes,
because he had a lot of junk.
The Reds got 1 hit. Spencer Steer had a single against him. And 3 strikeouts. Xavier Edwards had 3 hits for the Marlins. Toronto over the White Sox, 8-4. Joey Luperfido. I just like saying his name. 2 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBIs for Toronto. The Blue Jays have won 9 in a row. Does Scooter go back to that well tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe more on that later.
He's smarter than I thought he was.
Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez both homered. Kansas City beat Pittsburgh 9-3. Milwaukee scored 5 in the first off All-Star Yamamoto and beat the Dodgers 9-1. The Dodgers are in a bit of a free fall right now.
We should have saw that coming, right? Yamamoto got named to the All-Star team. He's going to be riding high.
Matthew Boyd, 34-year-old Cub, got named to his first All-Star game and threw a shutout that night.
Did he? Okay.
So
I think Tojo pitched.
You never know. Wow, Tojo.
Great wrestler.
Freddie Peralta for the Brewers' 6 shutout innings. Cleveland broke a 10-game losing streak. They beat Houston 7-5 last night. Jose Ramirez 3-run homer to put Cleveland on top. They win at 7-5. Angels with a walk-off walk to Noah Shanwell. They beat Texas 6-5.
Is there anything more boring in baseball
than a walk-off
than
walk?
a walk-off walk?
Fireworks are going off and people are just walking around the base.
Unless you bet on the team that won by the walk-off.
Yes, correct. It's always about who you bet on. Travis d'Arnaud had a home run, 3 RBIs for the Angels. Arizona beat San Diego 6-3. Manny Machado had his 2,000th hit last night.
Sure did.
He also had his 1999th and his 2001st hit last night. It was a home run. Josh Naylor, a homer for the D-backs last night. San Francisco scored 2 in the 8th to beat Philadelphia 3-1 tonight. Miami at Cincinnati. Yuri Perez for the Marlins. Do I jump back into this boat?
No.
My question.
No. Stay off my Reds.
Just Nick Martinez is hot.
Stay off my
Anyway,
Reds.
Yuri Perez
I
for
thought
the
about
Marlins.
it too, John.
Nick Martinez is 6-8 with a 4.20 ERA. He'll go with the Reds. 7-10 on that one.
You really want to go with the guy who's 6-8?
I haven't picked yet. I'm going to let you, as yesterday's only winner,
Go first,
Scooter.
Mine's easy.
I'm going
with one of the best pitchers in baseball against a team that just snapped a long losing streak. They start a new one tonight. Give me the Astros and Hunter Brown over the Guardians.
Well, I said, Tony, it doesn't matter what the number is. Houston's 202 here.
That's what I got as well.
So we're not going to make any money on that one.
We don't have to make money initially. We got to pick winners first before we can win money.
Mine's minus 190.
He's going to Blue Jays.
I guess I'm going to have to pick an underdog then. Go ahead, Tony. Who you got?
I am going with the Texas Rangers and Nathan Eovaldi pitching tonight.
After
ERA.
After DeGrom didn't get the loss last night, but he did pitch, and the Rangers lost. So you're going with Eovaldi against the Angels.
1.75 ERA.
What'd you say the odds are here?
On this one?
Minus 118 is what I got.
I've got minus 120.
So
Yep.
we've taken 2 teams from the state of Texas here.
You want to take a third one? If you can find
I don't think there is one. And by the way, we've got some later games, so we're not out of it so early tonight. All right. God, I can't do that.
I don't even know what it was, and me and Scooter both laughed.
I just can't do it.
Take them Cubs.
Well, I like Imanaga on the mound.
I do too.
I thought about it.
Woods Richardson is pretty good for Minnesota. Do the Dodgers continue to flail? That's the question I have. Do the Dodgers continue?
Who's on the mound for them?
Sammy Kershaw.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Mizorowski, though, for Milwaukee, that young fireballer who's
Clayton has not
been
lost
great.
a game this year.
Oh, way to jinx that. Stay away from the Dodgers.
Take Minnesota.
You know what? I'm taking Seattle in the Bronx against. I'm plus some money here, plus 111. Taking Seattle against the Yankees. Logan Gilbert is my pitcher of choice. ERA of 3.40. His Will Warren going for the Yankees. He just got beat up, and his ERA is 5.04. So I'm taking Seattle.
There's our early game.
On the road, that's our early loss. If we get that
Early
one in,
loss,
if we get that one in, then it's all on you guys. We're taking all American League West teams. Houston, Texas, Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Here, take him down.
why would I make that up, Scooter?
I was thinking you took the Yankees.
Scoot, it's time, isn't it?
It's time. Yeah.
Boom. Time.
I like it. I don't hate your pick.
What are the odds that the Yankees hit 4 in the first? I mean, I may bet that. Yankees first inning score.
Since we took Seattle.
I mean, I stink, you know. The reason
not
I
gonna
bet,
disagree.
I've said this many times, the reason I bet the overs is because I don't want to pick them. I can't pick them. I'm terrible at picking them, so just bet something.
Maybe we should just have you
All the
switch your
time.
strategy to over-unders.
Maybe we should have took 3 overs. Nah, we're going to hit it this time. We're due.
I'm feeling it. Feeling good.
Taylor Fritz is the only American man who has advanced to the semifinals. As he wins this morning.
He's good, man.
Congratulations, Taylor Fritz.
He's got a lot of length.
He's the overall 5 seed here. Now, he's got, I think he plays Alcaraz or Sinner. Well, he plays one of those two if they win today in the semifinals. But
Alcaraz playing Nori. It says 11 o'clock now, John.
well, I'll be. I got to go back golf balls today. Are you set and ready for the Rosewood Open, Tony?
I got the trophy ready to bring it.
Hey-oh.
Oh my God!
Humble brag.
Why did I threw him a lob. I mean, why wouldn't he hit it? But are you? I went yesterday. I got my bagels. I got my peanut butter.
I'm going to stop tomorrow and get my
I don't have my
sandwiches.
alcohol yet.
I've got to get that, and I've my sandwiches that I make for in between the rounds. I'll get the lunch meat tomorrow. I'll do it all tomorrow.
It's all vodka and cran grape for me.
I don't know if I'm drinking this year.
Whoa!
Scooter,
Whoa!
Scooter, are you watching on YouTube? Because I'm laughing, and he's laughing.
Terrible take Tuesday.
We go down Thursday. Thursday's the key. Because Thursday we shouldn't drink. But you get down there, and you're relaxing.
Have a couple cold ones.
Well, just have a couple. One guy opens a beer, then another guy opens a beer. Then you go up to the putting green. And now we're going to gamble at the putting green.
Oh, yeah.
Well, some people are out playing.
Some people play. Some people go out and play 9 holes. But I'll be up at the putting green, and you know what? I'll put a few beers in this cooler, just in case anybody needs one. Then I'm 6 in. Then I go back to the room after losing money on the putting green.
Like to have a bourbon?
Yeah, let's have a bourbon. Yeah. Well, you know what? How about let's have a little scotch. Who brings scotch to a golf trip?
Sounds similar to the golf trip I'll be on this weekend. My uncle, whose house we're staying at, he lives on a golf course.
Oh,
And
that's not good.
There's a putting green literally right out his back door. So last year we all just went up there, chipped, futted around, played a game. It was fun.
And then Friday, what's our first tee time? 7 o'clock?
8, I think.
8 o'clock? So we got a Friday early tea time, and you get up and go, why did I drink last night? What was I thinking?
Well, we went to one year.
I told myself not to drink.
Me and my brother-in-law Steve were going to bed, and it was late. Been drinking, and I thought he went outside, and somebody knocked on the door, and I answered it.
Oh, my
and it was
God.
Becco and Campy. And when we woke up the next morning to play on Friday, my brother-in-law looked at me and said, "This feels like Sunday. We haven't teed off yet for the weekend."
When you go to bed on Thursday night and somebody knocks on your door, don't answer it because you're just going to be up later. All right, back at it tomorrow. We'll try to hit a parlay tonight. We'll do our best. Matt Dennison is next. Thanks for listening. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Cartage. Big A.